A Day in the Life of Juvenal. And Then Many Years Later, by Devin Carey. The father of satire was born in between the years of 55 to 60 in the town of Aquinum, Italy. He was presumed dead around 127. In his life he had a military career under Domitian where he had great hopes for success, so to continue with a political career. His hopes and dreams were crushed by his failed military career. He became embittered and wrote his first satire about the court favorites being more likely of promotion. Because of this he was then banished to Sine, Egypt. Not only was he banished, his lands were relinquished. With all this fuel for his fire, Juvenal begins work on his 16 satires, all of which pertaining to a controversial subject which he viciously slanders, some of which being corruption in law, promiscuity and immigration too. All of these were aspects of life threatened or lost because of society as seen by Juvenal. Because of his writings, he had an immediate effect on Rome. His first effect was more so on him, his banishment after his first satire, then the second being people became inspired to write satire, namely Marsh, who was greatly inspired by Juvenal and spoke highly of him. The third was people began to question their government. While he did have an immediate effect on Rome, there was also a long-term one. Romans remembered his satires and looked to them. Then they felt they were blindly accepting cruelties from the government. His writings also served as entertainment until the fall of Rome in 476. A quick look back on his effects on Rome is that he influenced the people to not let the cruelties of the emperor go unchecked. He provided entertainment at the cost of his citizenship as he was banished along with other writers and philosophers. He also created a new form of literature called satire which would be utilized by other Roman writers such as Marsh. Juvenal can't now even be seen in the modern day. However, if we were to actually see him, he'd be 1952 years old. But we see his influence in many satiric shows, as without Juvenal satire may have never been. Revolutions across the world may have never happened, as Juvenal developed the witty ways of criticizing government. After Juvenal's time there were still many authors of satire who took after him. Alexander Pope was one of the authors who took very much after Juvenal in criticizing the government. Charles Dickens also took slightly after Juvenal, but was more like Marsh, as his writings were not as severe. Many other writers were influenced by Juvenal, but the previous two were very well known for their satire. Satire is very well seen in modern-day media, whether books, television, speeches or songs. Satire is seen all over the place. One previously noted satirist was John Calder, who has his satirical news show The Calder Report, where he satirizes current events and politicians. The movie example would be A Clockwork Orange, which satirizes the government about how they would rather pay off the victim of a cruel experiment rather than the media find out. The effects Juvenal in the short summary was that he influenced the people of Rome not to be oppressed by their rulers. He created satire and entertained the people with it. He influenced writers such as Charles Dickens, Alexander Pope, and many others. Influenced the media and its use of satire in different mediums. and created his greatest achievement, the 16 Satires. The end.